Roland, tell us about Dogtown and Z-Boys.
Tell us about Dogtown and Z-Boys.
Tell us about living in Venice, California. Do you remember it?
I have no
You were less than 2 years old. You probably don't remember. Okay.
Why am I not surprised about that?
Well, I like your shirt, Eco Karma Boy. All right, now I've got to tell everyone about Dogtown Z-Boys, so you got to let me have the sandy beach to myself. I'll see you in a second, then we'll go wrestle, okay? Deal? High five. Aloha, everyone. Our next flow is called Dogtown and Z-Boys. I love this flow. You will too. Little context, if you haven't seen the movie, if you don't know the history, Dogtown is Venice, California, a place where I spent a small part of my life living. Really fun town. I love it, in Los Angeles. And if you see the documentary about the Dogtown and Z-Boys, they were the Zephyr skateboard shop, surf shop, and they really changed the way skateboarding was done. And I feel really, one, inspired by their moves, because they're really like loose. It's where skateboarding got loose, and they'd go up on the pool coping and do these cool maneuvers. And as well, I just love the fluidity with which they did it. And also, I love the fact that skateboarding, if you don't know, if you watch the documentary, was kind of like this thing where you go up and do wheelies on the nose of your board and go around pylons, and it was very stiff. And then they inspired it with surf-infused movements and stoke. And in a weird way, that's exactly what we're doing with Superflow, progressing it, and even with fitness, bringing that fluidity and joyous surf movements into rigid movements, bringing the flow in. All right, that's the context. Now, to get the details of the Dogtown and Z-Boys flow, you need to know that there's 4 moves. 4. And they go together so magically. First one is reverse warrior. So you have to have a nice long stride. We'll build these up. Reverse warrior. So I want you to imagine that you have a bar right here. You got to go up and forward and over that imaginary bar from my back foot. I'm pressing my upper right armpit up and away. Warrior, reversed, reverse warrior. Numero uno. Now this right arm's in charge. This is my right arm, this is my right knee. And from this place, I move into a pose we call mute katasana. Why mute katasana? Because it is a variation of a surf move called a mute grab, or a skateboard or a surfing move called a mute grab. So if I had a board here and I wasn't on a sand, or if you had a board and it wasn't your yoga mat, you would take your right hand down as you're in the air, grab onto your board, and flow through the air. You might even do a 360 like this. Now, a lot of yogis get confused with their hands because they try and do skandasana, and that's going to mess you up. Reverse warrior, right hand, and I just brought both hands down, right out. If I'm not that open, by the way, I'm going to bring my right hand on my left knee, and this will be my mute grab. Or if I have a tight or sore knee, or the muscles around the knee and the hip, I'm just working like this. Okay? Otherwise, I go from mute katasana, and we're talking about the hands, which one goes up, and then my left hand goes up, my right elbow goes down, and I can sink down as much as feels comfortable for my knee. And if I sink down low like this and pull my hips towards the left, I'll get an amazing stretch in the inner groin. And if I pull my hips actually back and my crown forward, it'll get a little stretch into my lateral side body if I add this twist. Now, even though my body's twisting left, my head's looking right. Number 2 pose, mute katasana. Again, I can be up here if my elbow on the floor is too low. Left arm, wiggle your fingertips. Now the left hand goes up and over into what we call layback lunge. You gotta know that, it's hard to tell right now, my foot's in the sand, but as my hand goes over, I let my heel come up, And I throw that left arm over the head and arch back. Now if I'm not so open, my right hand goes on my right thigh and I arch back this way. If I'm more open, then I bring that right hand behind my right ankle and I reach that left arm up over top of the head and I arch back this way. And I'm trying to press forward my pelvis so I get this amazing stretch in the front of my psoas, hip flexors, and obliques. Lay back lunge. Oh, by the way, this is like how we lay it back on a surfboard. Also, if there's a big wave here, you would like carve up this way towards the wave. Okay. Now next one, you'll know the pose, the fourth one in our flow, triangle pose, but we do it through the hip hook. Do you remember the hip hook from our surf check warm-ups? Here. Okay. Now I circle my left hand down and I'm off axis, head's going way over there towards the right. I'm off axis, but as my hand goes down, my head goes back onto the frontal plane or the coronal plane. And I circle my left hand this way and up. And actually you don't just stop there, just keep that hand going, open up. All right. Reverse warrior, position 1. Utkatasana, breathe out, position 2. Left arm up, over top of the head, lift your left heel, arch back, position 3, lay back lunge. Position 4, circle your left hand down, triangle pose. You can stay up here if it's too much, hand on the floor. Uno, reverse warrior. Dos, Utkatasana. Left arm over the head, tres. Inhale, lay it back. Exhale, triangle pose, all breath out, come on up. Now, let's try that the other side. And just first of all, notice how good you feel. That flow feels awesome. Left foot out in front, right leg behind. Before we do the other side, I just want you to see that, okay, that might have felt very athletic to you, but watch, just even if I stay up high, there's a logic to the hand position. Watch. So this is my left foot. To stay up high, this would be your reverse triangle, reverse warrior. And I'm just showing you, even if you're in a chair, you could do this. Left hand down, right arm up, right arm over the head, inhale, and exhale, this would be our triangle pose, right? So inhale, just the arm movements, I just want you to get that this is hand calligraphy. This right arm goes up, the right arm goes over the head, we lay it back, and then we throw that right hand down. That takes us into a triangle, even though I'm doing a standing. I just want you to feel the beauty of Superflow hand movements. It's killer. All right, that'll give us context for going through another round. Reverse warrior, big breath in. Bring your left elbow down, or you can stay up here, or you can bring your elbow down, remember? Or you can do it with your arms straight, or squat down low if you have the range. If it's too much on your knees, don't bother. Right arm, wiggle it. It goes up over the head, over, make it styly. Off this back foot now, your right foot, press your hip forward and open up, open up, open up, open up. Then circle your right hand down, press your hips back, triangle pose. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale, bring your left elbow down, right arm up, right arm circles up, over the head, I turn my heel up, I reach up, arch back, and I straighten my right leg, triangle pose. Let's just do one more nice and slow. This is the slow version. Take your time, there's no rush. Reverse, and just get the fluidity. Watch, I don't just bring my left hand down, I circle down. There's a circular flow to it. I don't just take my right arm over the head, I circle it up and over the head. And then I circle that right hand down as I straighten my right leg, and I can keep it moving up over the head. All right. That is our Dogtown and Z-Boys flow. Man, does that one bring me joy. We'll put it together in a vinyasa class so you can see it in an upcoming video. But that's how we break it down. Aloha.